and welcome to episode 11 of Tone's Talk Show. I'm your host, Tone France, and on today's episode, we're gonna learn how much does Billy weigh, which character would win in a fight, and who is Kevin's best friend. All that and more coming up on this episode. This is a question and answer show where you guys get to ask my characters some questions. We had over 1,000 questions asked on the last episode of Tone's Talk Show, so there was a lot of stuff to pick from. If your question wasn't answered on this episode, don't worry, leave a comment down below or add a question in the Discord. Link in the description. Now, let's get this episode started. It's time to answer some questions. TDS Fruit says, there's plushies? Yes, there is. But he also asks, have I had any plushies growing up? Oh yeah, I was obsessed with plushies growing up. I had so many different ones. I think I had like all of the Angry Birds plushies you could possibly get up until like 2013. And speaking of plushies, the rumors are true. Tone France plushies are about to be here. There was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes to get these things made for you guys, but they are finally about to be here, and if everything goes well, which I'm hoping it will, they should be available on my merch shop, ToneFrance.shop, this Friday, March 21st. If something goes wrong, I'll make sure to make a post about it and let you guys know the official release date. But as of right now, we are aiming for March 21st. And I'm telling you guys, these are very nice plushies, and you're gonna wanna buy them as quickly as possible because they are extremely limited edition. Once again, I just wanna repeat that. They are very limited edition and they will sell out. So if you want the Tone France plushies, I'd talk to your parents and see if they can buy them for you, maybe as an Easter gift or something. But in the first batch of plushies, we're gonna have Tone, Billy, Kevin, and Evan. And if they sell well, then we're gonna release Richard, Ned, Terrence, and Trevor. And maybe that other little guy, I forget his name. But anyway, plushies are coming very soon and they're gonna be very limited edition. Let's get back to questions. Big Brain Lesnar asks, what inspired you to make a song? So, growing up watching YouTube, there were a bunch of different creators who made really funny songs. And I always thought that's what I wanted to do on this channel. Unfortunately, I'm not very good with music at all. But my friend Dylan is a genius when it comes to all that stuff. And he's the one who writes most of the music and comes up with the lyrics. And then he gives them to me and I sing them, and he makes my not so great singing voice sound as good as he can possibly make it. So I owe a lot to Dylan. I am so grateful that he's helping me out with this because making funny music has always kind of been what I've wanted to do, and the fact that I can actually do it on this channel is awesome. Pro Gamer asks, are the shorts / TikToks and videos connected? Yes, every video on my channel is connected. I try to follow the continuity as best as I can, but I've been making TikToks for like 5 years now, so there's probably some stuff that I mess up on, but I try my best to make sure that there's one continuous storyline that doesn't get messed up. Next question. JIT asks, how long does it take to make a video and edit? Well, it really depends on the video and how many locations I'm filming in. I actually was keeping track of last week's Friday video in the vlog. So it took me about 5 hours to write that script for the Good Boy School video. And then it took me about 5 hours to film at the school and outside on the playground. And then it took me about 6 hours to edit. So altogether, that video took me, I think, about 16 hours. So it can take a lot of work, and that was all just pretty much in one location. Finally, Big K1G asks, if all the characters got in a fight, who would win? That's a tough one, because I feel like if food was involved, Billy would definitely win. But if weapons are allowed, then Evan would probably win because you know he'd bring a ton of different swords. But if we're just talking hand-to-hand combat, I gotta give it to my boy Richard. I think he would definitely beat all the other characters. But speaking of Richard, let's bring out our first character. Let's hope he's not miserable today. Please welcome Richard. Hi, I wanna go home and take a nap. I'm sure you do. I do too. Let's just get this interview over with so you can go home and nap. Fine, come on, let's go. Ask me questions. Okay. Ray O Sunshine asks, what do you like more? Monster Energy drink or Exploded Coffin? Oh, now that's tough. Monster Energy drink is really good. It's the only thing that helps me get through the day. But Exploded Coffin's music is just too powerful to ignore. So I would have to say Exploded Coffin keep, Monster Energy drink get rid of. Nice! Gamer Kid Plays Awesome asks, what is your favorite thing about each of your friends? I hate these types of questions. Kevin is nice, Billy is fun to laugh at, Terrence has some potential, and Tone is just normal, I guess. What about the rest of them? You asked about my friends, dude. The others are not my friends. Oh, yes, they are. Don't be a grumpy pants, Richard. And Reja asks, don't you think you're the core of the channel? If you left, would the whole ToneFrance universe collapse? Yes, I'm the core of this channel. Without me, there would be no ToneFrance. This channel really should be called Richard. No one would watch that. Anyway, Noah asks, where is your dad? I don't know. I've never met my dad, but my mom says that he was a real bad dude. So I'm assuming that he's somewhere out there with his rock and roll band. Well, maybe in your dreams. Speaking of your dreams, Croatball Gary asks, why do you act tough even though your dreams are sunshine and lollipops? Huh? How do you know about my dreams? I mean, that's not what I dream about, dude. I dream about darkness and violence. Right. Sure you do. Whatever. I don't have to take this from you. I'm out of here. And there goes Richard, as grumpy as ever. Now let's bring out a happier guest. Please welcome Billy.
Hi! Where is everyone?
Billy, you're facing the wrong way.
Oh, hi!
Come on, sit down, Billy. It's question time.
I love question time, but I love snack time even more.
Speaking of snacks, V asks, why do you eat unhealthy food?
Because it tastes better than healthy food, obviously.
Liam asks, will you ever eat a vegetable?
Ew! No! Never, ever, 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 ever! I will never eat vegetables. I'd rather starve. Okay, that's not true, but I'd have to be really hungry to eat a vegetable.
You should really start watching what you eat, Billy. Tien Tran asks, how much do you weigh?
Oh, I don't know. I stopped keeping track after I reached 500 pounds.
500 pounds?
Yup! My goal is to reach 1,000 one day.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get off the topic of food. RK Freak Gaming asks, do you have a sibling?
No, I don't think so. It's just me, my mom, and my dad.
Well, that's a nice, happy family for once. Anyway, last question, Billy. Meenum VR asks, why are you an amazing character?
Oh, well, thank you. I think it's because I have a great set of parents who support me no matter how silly I am.
You certainly are silly, Billy. Well, it looks like question time is over. Now it can be snack time.
Yes! Snacks! Here I
come! There aren't any snacks back there. Billy is not smart, but let's bring out a guest who is smart. At least he thinks. Please welcome Ned.
Salutations!
Take a seat, Ned. Let's get these nerdy questions out of the way.
There's no such thing as a nerdy question.
Yes, there are. CM Super Gamer asks, would you rather go to school 365 days a year or never get an education?
Oh my goodness! Certainly 365 days a year. Education is so important. I would live in a school if I could.
Well, you get all that education, so you must be pretty good at reading. So Arshan asks, do you read Stephen King's novels?
Oh, I'd certainly like to, but my mother forbids it. She said those books are too scary for me.
Your mom ruins all the fun. A Bit V Dodge asks, if you had the chance to see your dad but never your mom, what would you do?
Well, that's quite a predicament. I would love to see my father again, but I haven't seen my mother in weeks.
Your mom is still on vacation in Delaware? Aren't you worried?
Yes, extremely. I don't know where she is. Although, it is very nice to have the house to myself for once. Now I can finally watch PG movies.
Ooh, you are a rebel, Ned. But speaking of being a rebel, SpongeBob Ethan asks, why did you keep the secret of Richard caring about the group?
Oh, well, that's one thing about me that people love. When someone tells me a secret, I swear to keep it. Plus, if I told someone, Richard would definitely beat me up.
Good point. Finally, our last question is from Freaky YBC, who asks, how can you lift so much if you study all the time?
Oh, I'm not sure. I never work out. I guess I'm just naturally strong.
That's a lie. No one is naturally strong, dude. It takes years of heavyweight training to get the physique that I have. What physique? What physique? Come on, dude. Look at me and tell me you're not impressed.
I'm not impressed.
Get lost, nerd.
Okay.
Well, thanks for bullying my guest, Trevor. I guess now it's time for me to ask you questions. Oh yeah! Ask away, dude. Roy wants to know, how much can you lift? A lot. How much? I don't like to put numbers on things, but let's just say over 10 pounds. 10 pounds? That's it? I said over 10 pounds, dude. There's a big difference. Okay. Your Gaming Kid Pro asks, what's your favorite sport? Well, I'm amazing at all of them, dude. But if I had to pick a favorite, I'd probably say soccer. Because I'm a beast. I could be a one-man soccer team and I'd still beat everybody. You'd get crushed. Anyway, Cheesecake is Amazing says, since you're athletic, would you play any sports video games to help you get better at sports? Since we all know you need to improve? First of all, I don't need to improve. I'm the best there is. And secondly, I don't play video games. NBA 2K, FIFA, Madden, those are all games for people who are not going to go pro. And I am going pro. You're never going pro, Trevor. Speaking of things that are never going to happen, Suzanne asks, when will you take the sticker off your hat? This sticker is never coming off, bro. I keep the sticker on so that ladies think that I buy a new hat every day. That's not gonna help you get any ladies. Jazzer YT asks, why can't you just accept the fact that no girl likes you? Whoa! Clearly, this guy doesn't know me. I have girls lined up at my door all the time. I've never met a girl who doesn't like me. Trevor, I think you live in a fantasy world. No, I live in the real world. You live in a fantasy world, bro. I'm out of here. Well, that's the best way to get rid of Trevor. Just bring up the fact that no girls like him. Anyway, let's bring out our next guest. He's short, he's crazy. Please help me welcome Little Johnny. Please help me welcome Little Johnny! Huh. That's weird. I knew he moved away, but I did invite him to be on the show. I wonder where he is. He's probably in his new town playing with friends. Oh well, I guess now it's time for me to start answering more of my questions. Raptor YT asks, are there any other characters that will be added? And then he listed all of the characters that I have right now. So I feel like right now I have a lot of characters that have stories that need to be developed. But the gang is always eager to meet new people and you never know what new faces may appear. Grimmy Official asks, who is my favorite character? So this changes constantly. I've always loved Evan and Richard. They're fun to play and I feel like the audience likes them too. But for some reason, I've just really been enjoying playing Ned recently. I think it's the dynamic between him and his mom. It's just a really fun character to play and I enjoy playing Mrs. Flanderbottom as well. I enjoy all the characters for many different reasons, but I'm pretty sure right now I would probably say Ned. I just wish his costume wasn't so annoying to change into. Speaking of Ned, Egg Boy asks, is Nedry Flanderbottom based off of the name Ned Flanders from The Simpsons? So honestly, no. I was not looking for names and came across Ned Flanders and thought that would be a good name to kind of copy. But I do think that name was kind of in the back of my head, because Ned had been called Ned because you take out one letter from nerd, it's Ned. But then I was thinking about a last name, and for some reason, Ned Flanderbottom just sounded like a good name to me. Didn't even occur to me that there was a character named Ned Flanders from The Simpsons already in existence. So I think that name was definitely in my head, and that's why it sounded good to me, but no, I did not directly copy The Simpsons on purpose. I think it was an accident. Anyway, our last question is from channel member Roast Her, who asks, will I do another adult episode of Tone's Talk Show where we get to ask the parents questions, like little Johnny's parents? That is a great idea, Roast Her. It's been a while since we did one of those. So yes, the next episode of Tone's Talk Show episode 12, will be the adult episode, where you guys get to ask the adults questions. And we have a lot more adults than we did back then. You can ask questions to Tone's mom, Grandma, Kevin and Evan's dad, Levin, Terrence and Trevor's dad, Devin, Mr. Michael, Mr. Williamson, Mrs. Flanderbottom, and little Johnny's parents, John and Jane. So, if you have questions for any of those characters that I listed, please leave some in the comment section below. Okay, now that we have that covered, let's go back to asking the characters some questions. He smells bad and he's always playing video games. Please welcome Evan! Seriously? Again? Another no-show? Evan, where are you?
Hi-ya!
Oh yeah! Nighty-night, old host. The new host is in town, and he's much better looking. This show is now called Evan's Talk Show. Ba-dum-ba-bam! Oh, come on, it's a great theme song. All right, let's see. What questions did he have for me? Hopefully none are too mean. The Flipper Gaming asks, why don't I take a shower and why am I a turtle? Okay, now that is mean. I am not a turtle and I just don't like to shower because I'd rather be playing video games. Let's look for another question. This one better be good. The Beast asks, why do you look like a girl? Seriously? Do I look like a girl to you people? You guys are just rude. Ah, here's a nice question. The Peanut says, Evan, you should go to Comic-Con. People will like your turtle costume. Come on! There's gotta be a nice question somewhere. Ah, here we go. Rivals asks, how is my dragon doing? Well, Raggedy Dan is doing quite well, thanks for asking. And guess what? He can breathe fire now. Okay, next question. Here's one from Camera Titan who asks, who would win, me or Trevor? Obviously me. If I could sell any Lego set, what would it be? None, unless I could make $1 million. And finally, who is my favorite person in the group? Well, that's a great question, but obviously it would be myself. You can't say yourself, partner. Kevin, go away! This is my moment! Well, you wanted to be a host, Evan, so now's your chance. Ask me some questions. Fine, I'm gonna find the meanest question about you. Oh, here's one about me. Frank the Blue Jay asks, how are you and Evan twins? Well, I understand what you mean. We are twin brothers, but we don't look alike. That's because we aren't identical. We're fraternal. Yeah, I clearly got the good looks. Let the Darkness Take Over asks, do you imagine if you had a long-lost brother? I never thought about that, but I doubt I do. I can't imagine another Evan running around. Hey, I am a great brother. You're so mean. Alan asks, what if someone made you so mad that you couldn't hold your temper? Ooh, well, I've lost my temper a couple times, but it would have to be something really, really serious in order to get me mad. He gets mad all the time. Don't let that little smile fool you. Oh, Here's a good one. I've always wondered this too. Channel member H. Bierman asks, why do you have horses? Because our mama used to ride horses with me all the time. But that was before she left. So I just kept the horses around to give me memories of her. I say we race them for money. But no! Everyone thinks that's too mean. We aren't racing our horses, Evan. Fine. Oh, and last question. Iswan asks, who do you like the most in the group? Keep in mind, you can say your brother. Tone? Okay, who's your second favorite? Billy? Wow, you like them more than me? Your own brother? I see how it is, Kevin. Get out of here. All right, sorry, Evan. Brothers are the worst. Let's see who our next guest is. Oh, he's an annoying little brat who cheats at everything. Please welcome Terrence.
What up, my peeps?
Sit down and show me some respect. I'm your host, after all. Huh? Where's the other guy? He's out sick. Anyway, Lulu Castro asks, why are you better than Trevor?
Well, I'm glad someone actually noticed. It's because I'm better looking, I'm more stylish, and I'm just more fun to be around.
Wow, that's exactly what people say about me when they compare me to Kevin. Anyway, Roast Her asks, do you and little Johnny hate each other?
Nah, I don't hate the guy. We just butt heads sometimes because we're both the youngest members in the group, even though I'm 3 months older than him. We used to be really good friends before I went away to Good Boy Camp, but when I came back, everything changed. I do miss him now that he's gone, though.
Yeah, well, I don't. Speaking of Good Boy Camp, Caden asks, what was your favorite Good Boy Camp game?
None! They were all torture. The one game I actually kinda liked was called Hide and Seek or Drown in the Creek. And the only reason I liked it was because I got to hide from Mr. Michael.
That sounds like fun. Moving on, the J2 Collector asks, would you rather be a hero or a villain in Heroes of the Backyard?
Oh, I already ordered my costume online. I want to be a villain. Ha ha! Yes! Good choice. I'll let you join the Villains of the Backyard team if you can answer this question correctly. The question is, who is the coolest person in the group? Oh, that's easy. Richard. Me! You're supposed to say me, but that would be a lie.
Get out of my sight.
Fine, whatever.
All right, let's welcome our final guest. He is the group leader.
Hey, wait a second. I'm the group leader.
No, you're not. Be quiet, everyone. Okay, sit down. We'll get these questions over with. Shouldn't you be home playing video games? I would certainly like to. Being a host is not fun. Okay, first question. Roy asks, are you able to control the group when they're crazy? Absolutely not. There's not much I can say or do to stop these guys from being weird.
See? If I was the group leader, I'd actually be able to control everyone.
The Beast asks, would you save Billy or your angry, manly mom? Well, my mom takes care of me and lets me live in her house. And Billy's just Billy. So I'd probably pick Billy. Wow, this guy hates his mom, everybody. Randy asks, if you could live with your mom or dad, who would you choose? Well, I don't get to see my dad too often, but my mom does live in town with all of my friends. So I guess if I wasn't allowed to come back to her house, I'd be pretty upset. So I'd probably choose my mom. Well, that's nice. Speaking of your friends, 4K Kid says, rank them from worst to best. Huh. Worst to best. Okay. Trevor, Ned, Terrence, Richard, Kevin, Billy. You forgot about me. Oh, right. You, Trevor, Ned, Terrence, Richard, Kevin, and Billy. I think you put me in the wrong spot. The order is supposed to be worst to best, not best to worst. I know. Fine. Last question. Roaster I4 asks, who would you punch in the face for $1 million? Oh, that's easy. You.
Oh, come on! That is so mean! I'm done with this show. Being a host is not as fun as I thought it'd be.
Good thing he's gone. Hey everyone, I'm back. What did I miss? Oh well, I'm sure it wasn't that important. Anyway, let's end the show, shall we? We're gonna wrap things up like we always do, and we're gonna share some fan art. If you have some fan art that you want to send to me, go ahead and follow me on Instagram and send it to my DMs at ToneFrance. Or you can join the Discord and leave your fan art there too. The link is in the description. Now, let's share some fan art. These first ones are from Instagram. Landon sent this fun concept for Heroes of the Backyard 6. M. Pacheo sent this drawing of Tone. Isaiah Creation sent this awesome Tone France comic. King Soda sent gingerbread drawings of some characters. Henry sent SpongeBob as Tone. Cody sent a Heroes of the Backyard FNAF collab. Sonia sent these drawings of all the characters. Johnny Cage sent this art of hide and seek at the park. Angel is so cool drew a picture of Kevin with Piggly Wiggly. Tabitha's son drew this art of all the characters. The rest of these are from the Discord, link in the description. Metal Overlord sent Tone as Captain America. Cheeseburger drew Tone. Guy Who Sniped drew Evan. George Pie drew Plankton as Richard. The Onion King made Tone in Play-Doh. Jacob drew Little Johnny. Doggo TV drew Richard beating up Trevor. STCG Blue Wave sent drawings of all the characters. Raditz sent a drawing of Terrence. Troodon sent a drawing of Little Johnny. And Mick sent these crazy drawings of Tone France characters as Mario. Wow, you guys are so talented. Thank you so much for sending me that fan art. Well, I think that about does it for this episode of Tone's Talk Show. Once again, if you have a question for any of the adult characters, leave it in the comment section below and maybe it'll get asked on episode 12 of Tone's Talk Show. Don't forget to subscribe to my vlog channel, Tone France Vlogs. And go to ToneFrance.shop and look for those plushies. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode of Tone's Talk Show. See ya!